Well, on a fresh wicket, you try and get the ball fuller, try and make it swing. And it's just overcompensating a little bit here, searching for that swing. It's quite nice. You can probably have a little bit more security bowling to Maddie Green, knowing that she hasn't got Sophie Devine to bowl to here. She gets her line and length right, she could get it on the money.
Hit firmly out into the leg side from Green, splits the two fielders, and that'll be the third boundary of the over.
Yeah, another full toss by Adams. Green, these are beautiful to get off the mark to as a batsman. Nothing in that area that suggests an opportunity of getting you out. You just need to get bat on ball of those. Placement perfect.
Good ball to finish the over, though, from Adams. 13 off the first over.
Yeah, that was where she wanted to be, wasn't it, Frankie? Just that back of her length, searching for a little bit of swing. It's very difficult when you bowl to someone with the power of Devine, and when you analyse them as a player, do you look to analyse them and get them out or shut them down? I always think it's a good idea to think attackingly and have that attacking mindset. How do I get this player out? I think that always helps you as a bowler.
Natalie Dodd sitting at the top of the run scorers chart, congested at the top. The names that stick out for today: Sophie Devine, 167 runs in just the 2 innings. Amelia Kerr sitting just behind her, 162. And Polly Ingalls from the Sparks as well, 160. She's had a good tournament so far. Kasperick, Green, Kerr, ×2, all in the wickets as well.
And Frankie Mackay, hasn't she had a good competition?
With the ball, not so much with the bat. It's been a touch on the disappointing side, but I like what I see in this surface, playing here tomorrow against the Blaze, so hopefully there's a few more runs in the bat tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
It's a good start from Emma Black, but still Sophie Devine manages to cut that away for 4.
That was a beautiful delivery first up. Late swing from Black. In the perfect length, but this just shows you the form that Devine's in. Just cuts down into an off stump. Wow, that's come back sharply. There's nothing wrong with that delivery. That is a good cricket shot of high class.
And it's the frustrating thing, isn't it? As a bowler, bowl your best ball and still get hit for 4.
That's it, Blackie, nice.
It's the area I think Sparks will be looking to target, get in on that front pad of Devine. Times throughout her career has just fallen over a few of those early. Sparks know that they need to take that wicket, need to look to be aggressive, try and find a way through this opening partnership. It's worked away to square leg on this occasion, just the single.
Now you don't mind that. That's where the field has been set for both Adams and Black. Square leg back, mid-wicket back, so the line that you're suggesting, and length, it's either going to be short or it's going to be on the toes coming into the batter. And you don't mind getting hit there for 1. Katie Martin now suggesting perhaps you might want square leg up and cover out. Doesn't matter where your field is as a bowler, as long as you're getting hit in those areas, then your captain can be happy with your work.
Just getting those angles exactly right. Hard with just the 2 fielders out.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful ball though, Emma Black. It's the area she just needs to operate in, live in and around there. Challenge the stumps, challenge the pad.
And she's pushed mid-on back, which I like. It really does help the shape that she's bowling, but also shows that the team are thinking differently for both batters, trying to get them out in different ways.
Squirts away through the offside from Green. Big chase for Eden Carson, who does well. Push back for a 3rd.
Nice stroke from Maddie Green. There's a huge space there behind backward point, so not exactly where Black wants to be. Probably didn't swing back as much as she wanted. Well run 3. It's a decent throw back into the keeper as well.
Into that leg side once again.
Sorry, there's a terrible.
Good over from Black, still goes for 9. However, the Blaze now 22 for no loss.
Frank, you've played at the reserve a number of times. Is there
Been a good start from the Wellington Blaze, 22 runs off the first 2 overs. And that's led to a change. Katie Martin looking to bring Molly Lowe into the attack. I believe we've got Bella James mic'd up for us down on the ground as well. Bella, how are you today?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Tough start. Sophie Devine looks like she's in good form once again.
Yeah, I think we've tried to go for the attack of attacking the pads, but haven't quite hit the spot.
Wide start from Molly Lowe. A little bit of shape there though. It is a plan that's got a small margin for error though, but we like the look of the plan. Has there been a lot of that? Have been a lot of discussions go on between your last game and today?
Yeah, just finding a different area. Down!
Pierces the gap between the two fielders and at backward point. Another big chase for Carson. Does well in the end.
Oh. Yep. Buddy.
Hey Bella, it's Grant Elliott here.
Hi, how you going?
Bella, is this something you were practicing yesterday in the field?
Pardon? Sorry.
Is this something you were practicing in the field? 3 players converging and then throwing it between themselves?
Yeah, we actually had Edie fell over twice yesterday. I think she needs a change of spike. She's had them since she's probably about, I want to say, year 6. We saw a photo yesterday. She was wearing the same spikes.
Oh, she fielding on rollerblades there.
Yeah. Do you want me around? On it. Oh. Let's go, Emma!
Hey Bella, can you hear me still?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Bella, I want to know about the analysis. You obviously would have had a lot of footage from Sophie's innings in the last
Cut out,
game.
sorry, say that again.
You obviously had a lot of footage from Sophie's innings in the last game. Did you do a lot of analysis in the lead up to this game?
The bowlers. Bowlers have. We sat down yesterday and went over in 2 groups just to come up with a plan, but just trying not to overcomplicate it. So keeping it simple, like Gemma's got a plan A, plan B, stick to plan A and then you can go back to plan B. Yeah. Go Mel! Good Gem, good pace! Great. Come up.
So is the onus on each bowler to have a bowling plan, their own individual bowling plan, or do you do that as a collective?
Yeah, each bowler's got their own plan, and then as a collective coming together and working in partnership.
Okay. Squeeze through that gap between backward point again. Now the boundary.
She likes width, green, width and on her pads. You've got to be on tight on that off stump to her. Just piercing that gap between backward point and point. Both these batters showing great timing out there. testament to the sort of form they're in, but also the pitch. Pitch has got a bit of pace in it.
New Zealand under-19 side recently selected Bella. Good to see a few Otago girls and St Hilda's girls in there as well.
Yeah, it's awesome, especially the St Hilda's girls. Good from Neil Rosenberg. I think there's about 7 of us who are playing currently or from St Hilda's.
Yeah, it's become a bit of a factory down there, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Just if you can perform in the St Hilda's lineup and then into the Sparks and continue on from there.
Yeah, especially from Mile. It's cool to see. I've been in last year high school.
Awesome. Thanks, Bella. We'll leave you to concentrate from here.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Nice tight lines from Molly Lowe to finish that over. 12 runs off it, 3 overs gone. The Blaze 34 for none. Wellington Blaze sitting at the top of the points table. 5 wins, just the 1 loss. The first loss since 28th of December 2018, I believe. Magicians played tomorrow, sitting in second. Auckland Hearts suffered a loss to the Central Hinds yesterday. Sit in 3rd position. A bit of a log jam up near the top. A lot of teams still in contention, only the Central Hinds out of the finals race for this season. Emma Black to continue with her second over. Going to swing the ball through the defences of green.
Oh, that's it, that's it.
That's nice. We've seen 2 deliveries back to back now, which are hitting the top of off stump. It doesn't matter how good you are as a player, no matter what form of cricket you're playing, that there is a good delivery. We've got Maddie Green. She's probably searching for runs this competition. She's played all around the world. Big Bash for the Heat. She'll be looking to stamp authority in this game. But the Sparks, if they can put a couple of dot balls together, a couple of tight overs, that could induce wrong shot from the player. That's what they want to do. Put the batter under pressure.
Chance. Slides the ball through, and advancing Maddie Green. Fortunately doesn't go cleanly into the gloves of skipper Katie Martin.
That's what pressure does. There's only 3 dot balls to the Wellington partnership here, and a chance. Sparks need to keep putting that pressure on.
Tries to pinch a single on this occasion to Millie Cow and hits. Chance. Head upstairs and have a look at that one.
Oh, I think this is close. I think this is close. Direct hit.
TV umpire to director, we have a review for run out. Can we have your best side on angle, please?
To be struggling from that angle.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thanks, Brian. Can we load out on the screen, please? Repeat out.
And there you have it. First wicket for the Otago Sparks. That pressure that you speak of, Grant Elliott, Maddie Green succumbs to it, punching the ball to the mid-off area and trying to run with the shot. Wonderful piece of fielding. shape again. Emma Black into the right-hander. Just shows what that pressure does, Grant. It's the ability to string a few dot balls together, have a little bit of a breather as the fielding side, and all of a sudden onus goes back on the batsman to take a risk. Maddie Green tried to pinch one and was caught short by Millie Cowan.
Yeah, and Molly! Easy run.
Brilliant over from Emma Black, just the one run off it. Blaze lose their first wicket as well, 35 for 1.
Is it over?
Sparks were presented with an opportunity, grabbed it with both hands. Millie Cowan, outstanding, mid-off, 3 stumps to aim at, hit them. That grabs them their first wicket of the day. Maddie Green departing for 14. A chance now to try and get into this Blaze middle order. Has worked off her pads. Sophie Devine
Yes, Nike.
pick up another couple.
He spoke about pressure, Frankie Mackay, and you know, there's a number of ways that you can try and get a batsman out. One way is pressure, just bowling back of a length, and this is the wicket. The run out, direct hits always close. Maddie Green just a few inches out there, but it was pressure that produced it. It was on the back of 4 dot balls, which they hadn't produced the whole innings. Suddenly, as a batsman, you feel like you need to score. That's when you can create the opportunity as a bowling unit.
Yes, nice, mate.
And obviously, if the conditions are good for bowling, what I mean by that is there's swing, there's seam, and potentially you can bowl a more attacking line and look to get the batsman out. Plan B is to try and get the batsman out through a series of dot balls where they can't score, tie them down, make them feel like they need to play a false shot to get ahead of the game.
Chance again. Misses on this occasion, does Cowan. An interesting one when you talk about pressure as well is I think there's actually an element of pressure that comes from batting with Sophie Devine when she's in this kind of form. You see your partner down the other end striking the ball to all corners, and you can at times feel like it's a struggle. You face 2 or 3 dots, you feel the need to get Devine back on strike, to be contributing to the partnership. She was actually going at a reasonably good rate, was Maddie Green's strike rate of over 100, but when you compare her to how Sophie Devine's going, it feels slow to her in comparison. Lots of ways that pressure can be exerted, and sometimes it's pressure that's not even really there that gets you, plays on your mind. Into the legs once again. Tidy start to her innings from Millie Kerr.
A very good point, that, Frankie, and I think, you know, when you are batting with a player who possesses a lot of power, you want to give them a strike, but at the same time, you know, if you do soak up a lot of balls, it puts more pressure on them. They feel like they have to use that power that they have and might induce them into a false stroke.
Lovely strike.
So it is all about partnerships in bowling, partnerships in batting, and how you utilize that. I always like the idea of having a manipulator, someone like Amelia Kerr. We know she possesses power, but she's very good at getting singles. To bat with someone with power so that you can create that partnership.
Ball swinging away wide of the off stump again from low. Just lacking a little bit of control at the moment.
Because what I find might happen if you have two players that possess power, they're not necessarily good at manipulating the bowling, and they don't get enough of the strike. So there's a lot of dots, but followed by a flurry of boundaries and a bit of pressure.
And that is a strike and a half. Clears the fence to Sophie Devine to finish the over. Her first 6 of the innings. 5 overs gone. A blaze, 48 for 1.
What a shot from Devine. She started well. She got a full toss early on, and she's been in such good form. Just the 2 innings is in the competition.
Oh, nice, that's good.
She plays all round the wicket. And such a powerful player. Look at that. That's a 6 on any ground in New Zealand.
Just looks effortless. At 6 off the last ball of the over before. Such a good, clean swing of the bat. Great bat speed. As you said, Grant, 6 on any ground in the world. The boundaries, yes, they're slightly in T20 cricket here at the Basin Reserve, but it is a big ground, and that has cleared the pickets as well.
Yeah, she's certainly one of the most powerful players in the women's game, Sophie Devine. And when she gets going, scary prospect as a bowler. We saw that just a week ago against this team. Gemma Adams, who had a first bite of the cherry, is having another go here with Sophie Devine. She probably didn't get her length right at the beginning. A couple of full tosses, so hopefully she's into the breeze now. Hopefully she can get that, sorry, excuse me, with the breeze. There's always changes here at the Basin Reserve.
Yeah.
Again, Adams goes full, start of her spell.
Gemma,
It's easily worked down to 3rd man for 1 from Kerr.
Yeah, I like this partnership with the Blaze. Amelia Kerr, she likes to get underway by manipulating the bowling into gaps, get off strike. And that'll feed Devine the strike. When someone's in the sort of form that Devine's in, you said, Frankie Mackay, you want to get them on strike as much as possible. So a really important partnership this for Wellington to take the game away from the Sparks.
Cut past 3rd man, beats the man out at backward point as well. Just the timing and the placement from Devine.
Well, when you're in great form, you hit the ball late. And Sophie Devine's hit that off her right hip. Look at that. How late she's played it, and she just knocked it on the head. Races away. What great form she's in.
Just the hand speed she's got as well. Ability to play the ball late. A lot of the time when you see batsmen playing so late, it's running the ball, working the ball. She hits with such power. It's the ball I think the Sparks will be searching for. Trying to nip the ball back in to the right-handed Devine. In and around the knee roll.
That's a great delivery. I thought they were going to go up for the LB shot. I know it's all bat, but Sophie Devine, you've got to have a better appeal than that. Half chance, you never know.
Through again. Able to pinch a single there.
Fielding's been good from the Sparks. We've seen the direct hits, and one sign that you see of a team that's engaged and a team that's watching their skippers, that many people are chasing the ball to the boundary, chasing it down. Doesn't matter how fast that ball's going, they're not giving up. There's been some diving, great direct hits.
Good shape on that occasion from Adams. Spearing in towards the leg stump.
Yeah, Amelia Kerr just lost her balance a touch on this, and then just nonchalantly looked like played it with almost one hand. It was just her balance, just slightly off. And as a player, when you first come to the crease, that's key.
Gets a short ball on this occasion and puts it away. 1 bounce forward to finish the over. 10 runs off the Adams over. The Blaze 58 for 1. good crowd building at the Basin Reserve. Fans coming in for the first game of the double header here today between Wellington and Otago. Amelia Kerr showing that she's in pretty good form with the bat too. Strike rate 145 so far this season. Talk about her ability to work the ball round. She's more than capable of picking up the boundaries as well. And with the power play completed, it'll be our first look at spin for the day. Eden Carson, young off spin into the attack for the Otago Sparks.
Nice.
Goes to the sweep shot, does Devine. It's been a new addition to Devine's game. That was probably always the hole that spinners found that they could bowl into. Didn't really have a sweep shot she'd go to. It was so powerful down the ground, powerful against that back of a length short stuff. Just felt if you could find that length nice and straight as well. Didn't have a shot where she was going to score a lot of runs off you. It's gone away and worked really hard at that sweep shot. Through the covers from Amelia Kerr. Favoured area for her.
Yeah, the fielder came up, mid-on came up for Amelia Kerr, so they're trying to tighten things up to her, try and get some dots, but she's manipulating the bowling beautifully and feeding the strike to Devine here.
Pace off on this occasion. Manages to beat third man once again. That'll race away for yet another boundary for Devine.
Well, heavily guarded leg side fence. You can't get too wide as an off spinner to this field. Devine plays that shot so well. She plays it late, but it's her ability to just dissect those two fielders, and the placement is perfect.
Nice, really
Goes
good.
to that
Eden.
sweep again.
Yes, Mo.
Just
Nice
picks
one.
out the fielder on this occasion. I think that's where as a spinner you have to live. It has to be nice and straight. If you get too wide of the off stump, it's just too easy for a player of Devine's calibre.
Good, Edie.
At least as well, added benefit if you go straight. If she does miss it, she's likely to be out as well. Hit firmly down the ground from Kerr. Both drives up inside the circle. Has it got the legs on it to race away?
Great
Oh,
work, Jen.
brilliant piece of fielding.
Push her back now, Edie. Finally, come back in here.
This is really good cricket. The Sparks are brought up mid-on. This is the stroke they wanted Kerr to play early on in her innings. See if they could get her caught at mid-off, mid-on. But equally, just as good batting. She comes down the wicket. She plays a beautiful stroke down the ground. Probably didn't get the reward she deserved. Once again, good fielding from the Sparks players. Showing some commitment out there. Really good cricket.
Swept into the leg side. Pushing hard for two. Comfortably back is Devine. Another big over with 11 runs from it. Blaze now 69 for 1. Chance for the spectators to see spin at both ends now. Sophie Oldershaw coming into the attack. She's been good with ball in hand so far. Economy rate this season just 6.66.
Hit it! Backing up!
What I really like about Oldershaw is she's just prepared to take all the pace off the ball as well. Tall bowler, bowls from a good height. Just feels like she gets the ball to drop out of nowhere on the batsman.
You also think, Frankie, I mean, if I was a spinner here, and I kind of was, on the pace that I bowled, I love bowling with the wind, and the batters have to hit into it. So for me, this is a better side as a spin bowler. Ooh, little false shot there from Amelia Kerr. But the batter then has to try and hit the ball into the wind, which gives you the opportunity to flight the ball, get them hitting straight. It's almost enticing them into that stroke. A little bit of purchase there. This is an area that Amelia Kerr is strong in. If you get the length right in line, early on you want to get a batter trying to cut one that's too close to them. It was important to look straight down the ground. This occasion too wide.
Yeah, great work, that's it, girls.
Been a good start from Aldershot so far. He's been able to slow the pace down. Kerr and Devine haven't been able to quite get to her.
Down, Soph! Oh, Sophie, you're bigger than her.
Almost having to check the shot.
Eat it, Blackie. Nice.
Good finish to the over as well from Aldershot. Just the 3 singles from it. Quiet over, it's what the Sparks needed. Plays 72 for 1.
Good over from Aldershot, good start. Economical, and those dots that you see, that's what you want. You want to be able to line those up, get as many in a row as you possibly can to put the batters under pressure. Sparks ideally want to get a breakthrough here. Want that breakthrough to be Sophie Devine.
Carson continuing into the wind.
Catch! Great work. Go,
Well fielded.
Take it.
Oh, Liv Gain does well. Powerfully struck towards her.
Is that sweep you speak about, Frankie? Just playing it well, and that's good fielding that. It's just on the bounce, almost creating another opportunity.
That sweep as well just changes the way teams have to set their fields. Now for Kerr, 3 out on the leg side and an extra cover out on the boundary. A little bit of spin there off the surface for Carson as well.
Good work.
Yeah, well, it's an interesting field because they've got extra cover out. This means that Carson can't get wide and short.
Defense.
It's obviously heavily guarded by those 3 players at point and backward point. She can't offer any width. And obviously, extra cover is an area that Amelia Kerr is strong on, so they're looking to shut her down there. So, it has to be disciplined, Carson.
Down! Yeah, equity for
Just
Kano.
punches one down the ground for a single.
Kano.
That's the difference as well from the women's game to the men's game. Only the 4 fielders allowed outside the circle. T20 match. It means you're trying to shut down one section of the ground.
Down!
This time beats the fielder at short fine leg. Powerfully from Devine.
Yeah, beautiful stroke. This is not a bad delivery. This is bowling to a field, Carson. Just a decent cricket shot. It's hit hard, though. Difficult for a fielder to stop that. Probably would want to have stopped it, but it's hit powerfully by Devine. Probably discussing the field. Something, Frankie, that I always see in the women's game is not too much use of the crease. Now, because it's such a heavily guarded leg side field, why not bat a yard outside leg stump? Say to the bowler, and bowl at the stumps. Give you that access through the offside.
Down, Eden! Oh!
Chance at the non-striker's end. Brilliant piece of fielding by Carson to end the over. This is 6 runs off it, 78 for 1.
It's 2 good overs in a row for the Sparks, creating a pressure, and that pressure is due to decent fielding. They've toiled hard in the field, chased down everything. Already seen a direct hit, run out. It's an important period for them.
Sparks looking to use their spinners to slow the run rate here, and so far have been successful in doing so. Amelia Kerr going at a run of ball 15. Here's some of that using the crease that you speak of. Spoke of. I think that's where Amelia Kerr as well. It's really useful in this Wellington Blaze lineup. She is prepared to move around, to change the angles, to try and find the gaps.
Yeah, it's good batting. That is quality batting, using the feet. Now, as a bowler already gives you the cues as to where they want to pitch the ball, where they want to bowl, what sort of line, what sort of length. You can see that Aldershaw wants to get it outside off, so Amelia Kerr counters that by moving outside the off stump, just manipulating the ball into gaps. Quality batting.
Get it, get it, get it! Yeah, nice.
Down in the flight there, Divine.
Give up both of them out the way.
A little bit of encouragement from Katie Martin as well.
Yes!
It's a delicate touch on that occasion from Divine.
Yeah, encouragement from Katie Martin, I think, to almost use rugby tackle to get the batter out the way. There is, as a batsman at the non-striker's end, you almost want to be just on the pitch, 3/4, so that the spinner can't get that ball that gets hit back at you. Am I right, Frankie? So Sophie and Amelia, you do have the right to stand on the crease there as a batsman. It just prevents them from coming across to stop that single.
Goes to the lap on this occasion. Wide open spaces. Has it got the legs on it? Yes, it has. Boundary to finish the over. Blaze 86 for 1 at the halfway stage. Blaze in a good position at the halfway stage. 86, just the 1 wicket lost so far. Divine continuing on with her wonderful form. Kerr a good foil. Powerfully down the ground again from Divine, but protection in place for the Sparks.
This is developing into a really quality partnership here. Amelia Kerr manipulating the bowler perfectly, and the field to get that single. Just going at a decent click. Trying to give the strike to Sophie Divine.
Oh, Eden.
Decent shot down the ground, using her feet. Oh, unfortunately, just trickles through the legs. Fielder out there at mid-off boundary. Quality shot that down the ground. That's where you want to be in New Zealand. Use your feet, take the length away from the bowler.
Down, down! Yes, good one, Billy.
Cowan's done well. Mid-off inside the circle. Partnership now to 58 from just the 41 deliveries. Looks like Kerr starting to find her stride now as well.
Go, Edie.
Worked into the leg side. Blair's running hard. And they'll come back for the second, and with that, it is another half century for Sophie Devine. Brings up her 50 of just 30 deliveries. 13th half century for Wellington, to go along with 300s as well.
Well, the Devine run train keeps going. She set out the first 5 games. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. Sounds like there's one short out there, so that might take her back to 49, which will be updated, I'm sure.
And this time, a half century for Devine. Millie Kerr obviously very eager to get back for the second. Help her mate Devine out, just ending up one short. A lot of running just to get a single. Just go powerfully through that offside again. Has she got it straight enough of extra cover? Yes, she has. Finishes off with a boundary, does Millie Kerr. Big over there, 12 runs off it. Blaze 98 for 1.
Well, it's been a fantastic 50 from Sophie Devine. She's batted with class. She's hit it all around the field. That one there went a mile. The thing is, as a bowler, if you get your length and line wrong to her, she will punish you. She brought out the sweep to the spinners, and eventually, after one short, she got a well-deserved 50.
Plays in a wonderful position. Sophie Devine bringing up her 13th half century for Wellington. A good time to pop down and have a chat to Wellington head coach Ivan Tassara. Ivan, good to have you with us today. Must be pleased with how the girls have started off.
Yeah, it's good. That's what we wanted from Sophie and Maddie, but Maddie got out. But Millie's helped Sophie in the innings nicely.
Hey Ivan, it's Grant here.
Hi Grant.
You might remember me from the indoor school, spent lots of hours there. You're running that?
Yeah.
I'll be with you after this delivery.
Oh.
Hey Ivan, one of the things that I think is very difficult for the Blaze team, and I'd like you to tell me what you do with these players, but there's not a lot of players that get opportunity batting, and when it comes final time, you want to make sure that they're always feeling like they're in good touch. Is there anything you do training-wise to keep them confident and in good touch?
Yeah, last Tuesday also we played a Women's Premier League, which is organised by Cricket Wellington here. The team was divided into 2, and then we had a game, and there's another one coming up for them as well. But in between, we're trying to get as many as batters in as we go after these 2 rounds. Probably you'll see a few other batters making appearance to the middle.
Well, that must be great opportunity for them playing in that Premier League, is that you've just reached 100. Now, Ivan, tell me, bowling-wise, is there anything that you're a spin bowling coach? Do you help Amelia Kerr quite heavily with that role, and all the young spinners in the team, Zara Jetley?
Yeah, we do that. Yeah, and we got Maddie's bowling as well, and then we got another young spinner, leg spinner Kate Chandler, who's coming along, and yeah, Dee's working as well to get back into the side. So we've got a good spin attack.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned Maddie. That's what I was getting to.
Yeah.
Has her bowling improved because of you as the spin bowling coach?
Not really. I'm just working with what she's got at the moment, and yeah, just trying to bowl lines, and she needs a bit of work around the technique, but she's coming nicely now.
Huge hit from Sophie Devine. Another 6. Can't bowl short to her today. Yeah. Oh, just got the length wrong. Not too far wrong. Sophie Devine's rocked back. Smoked that one over square leg. Quality shot. Now, Ivan, are you a coach that enjoys targets?
Yeah.
Tell me about your targets then. What's a par score here at the Basin Reserve?
Just for my side, I think 160. That's what we're looking with. That's what we talk today. And Sophie set the target for 180.
Well, you might get a little bit more than that.
That's
Thanks
right.
a lot, Ivan.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. It's the end of the over. And that's a good finish for the Wellington Blaze. Sophie Devine is in fine form.
The Wellington Blaze, strong position. 112 for the loss of just 1 wicket. That of Maddie Green for 14 earlier in the day, run out. And these two at the middle. Partnership up to 78 of just the 51 balls. And every time there's been a little lull, I think that the Sparks are starting to build some pressure. The two in the middle, Amelia Kerr and Sophie Devine, have just been able to punch back, been able to pick up boundaries, move around the crease. A couple of big 6s to Sophie Devine as well. And bowling, tough job for the Sparks so far. Lucky enough to hear from Blaze head coach Ivan Tassara. Talked about par being 160. It might be par, but probably not when you've got Sophie Devine on your side. Could have been a chance there, diving Sophie Oldershaw, and they've managed to pinch a second there as well. Ball hasn't got out of the circle.
Amelia Kerr came down the wicket, tried to hit this one over the bowler's head, got a thick edge. Oh, so close. That's what Spark want. The Sparks. And Spark Sport. And something brilliant out there.
Worked into the leg side on this occasion. Big open spaces. Caitlin Blakely does well to keep it to just the single.
Sparks have done well in short periods, but the issue that you've got against the Blaze is that you need to be disciplined as a bowler for a long period. Every now and then they let off the gas by bowling a short delivery or one that's just not quite at the right line. Which keeps the Blaze going at a good click. Just like that. Offside is up. Last place you want to beat Sophie Devine now is short and wide. Don't want to give her the opportunity to cut you through that offside or play you through the offside. This is where I say, Frankie, as a batsman, stand outside leg stump, show your stumps to the bowler so you can hit it in that area. Leg side's heavily guarded. Bowler will want to bowl on middle and leg stump here, back of a length, to force Sophie to just punch it through leg side. Just like that for 1. It's good bowling.
Go back. Side fielders before.
She's been impressive at times, says Molly Lowe. Good young player, recently named in the New Zealand Under-19 side after a strong showing at the National Under-19 tournament. Up and over the offside on this occasion from Kerr, her favourite area of the ground. Brings up another boundary.
That is a shot of high quality. Molly Lowe. It's not a terrible delivery, but once again manipulating the bowling by coming down, using her feet. getting just a little bit outside leg stump to throw her hands through that favoured area, extra cover.
And again, this one slightly off the outside half of the bat, but it'll have enough legs on it to get over the boundary. Back-to-back boundaries to finish the over from Mealy Kerr. Plays 124 for one.
Well, shot of high quality, 2 in a row. There's no player back on the boundary there, so Amelia Kerr knows if she gives herself just a little bit of room, she can access that area over cover. High quality batting from these two out there, building a very formidable partnership.
Big partnership forming between Devine and Mealy Kerr. Devine up to 62 off just the 37 balls, and Mealy Kerr is off and running now as well. 44 off 28 with back-to-back boundaries in the last over. Partnership up to 90, 57 balls. Sparks are steering down the barrel of a big target here. Sparks needing a wicket. Go back to Emma Black. Chance out on the leg side boundary, holding up. Unfortunately goes down. Holly Ingalls out at the mid-wicket boundary. Ball was in the air for a long time. Coming down with snow on it, it would have felt like. Just never quite got herself set underneath it. Good start from Black. Second chance. No, up and over the head. Devine gets all of it on this occasion.
Well, the good players don't give you many chances. It was a tough chance, went high. This time the same area. Devine starting to hit with the swing. She said enough's enough. We heard from Ivan Teixeira saying 160's par. Sophie wanted 180. I think she wants more than that. Looks like she's put the foot down and said, I'm going to be really aggressive now. Take this game away from the Sparks.
Hit flat and hard into the offside. Bella James diving away in the extra cover position. Full toss, hit flat and hard. Sparks would have loved to have, for that to have stuck. Feel she saved the boundary though with that effort.
Yeah, it was a good effort. They need something brilliant here to try and put the brake on the Blaze here. Game is running away from them very quickly. But it's also fantastic batting. It's aggressive. There's been a lot of improvisation, manipulation of the bowlers. It's tough going for the Sparks bowlers here.
Just worked off the pads, and with that, it brings up the 100 partnership between these two out in the middle. 100 runs off 60 deliveries. Devine contributing 53, Mealy Kerr 45. Goes wide on this occasion. Black, I think she saw Devine fake the move across to the offside. Tried to take it outside that hitting zone, but just moving outside that wide line. Katie Martin doing everything she can to try and buy a wicket at this stage.
Definitely not sending that one upstairs. That is clutching, that one.
It's hit hard across the line from Devine. Looks like she has definitely decided it is time to go.
And there is a time as a batting partnership where you both discuss it and you say, right, if either of us get out here, it doesn't matter. The other one needs to just keep going. And it has got to that stage for the Blaze where Amelia Kerr is set. And if either of them get out now, the next batter that comes in can take over the intensity with which they've batted. Scores 136 for 1.
Lee Casbrick next in to bat for the Wellington Blaze. Could be experiencing a little bit of pad rash being in this Blaze side, sitting there watching the top order go out and score the bulk of the runs. A lot of time sitting on the sidelines wearing your pads. Outside edge on this occasion. Devine swinging hard. Well bowled from Eden Carson, deceived in the flight there. Fortunate not to get reward for it.
Yeah, you speak of pad rash, Frankie, and I think, you know, the players that are waiting to bat, there haven't been many players that have had the opportunity in the Blaze team because they've got such a powerful batting lineup. Oh, another big hit from Sophie Devine. Wow. Shimmies down the wicket. Not quite a slog sweep here. It's just a straight bat. Goes through a wideish mid-wicket. That is a powerful shot and a shot of authority.
Chance up on the bank as well. Not sure he actually laid a finger on it.
Got to take those. Don't get many opportunities when you're in the crowd.
That's an opportunity for the Sparks though, and it goes in on the second grab. Heart in the mouth there for Olivia Gain, but holds on, and it is the big wicket of Sophie Devine as well.
Well, it doesn't matter how easy the catch is. When it's Sophie Devine, your heart is in your throat. You know that it's a big opportunity. They've had a couple, the Sparks, and they've dropped them. This occasion, dismissed Sophie Devine, caught Gain, bowled Carson, brilliantly played 80. The score's 144 for 2. She set a great foundation.
Sparks just getting the exact right field.
Here we go, Edie.
Amelia Kerr here, have taken the big wicket of Sophie Devine, have got that breakthrough. Now we'll be looking to try and squeeze and get into that middle order.
Good stuff. Step in here.
This was the wicket of Sophie Devine. Oh, so close that, Frankie.
And it looks like it's just gone straight up, but it's actually a more difficult catch than it looks. Sophie Devine hits the ball so hard.
Oh my goodness me.
And actually the way she swings the bat, it's almost like she's swinging a golf club. And what it does when she gets a top edge like that is the amount of spin she puts on the ball actually makes it really, really difficult to catch. So whilst it looks like it's gone straight up in the air, it's a little more difficult than that. The youngster Gain has done well. A good over from Eden Carson, the big breakthrough. The Blaze now 146 for 2.
Another look at this catch, and as Frankie Mackay said, when spin bowlers bowling, with someone with such quick hand speed can generate even more revolutions on the ball when it comes down in the Wellington wind. Never easy.
With the big breakthrough, Eden Carson picking up Sophie Devine. It's time to look at spin once again. This time it'll be Caitlin Blakely with the ball in hand. Best figures of 1 for 1. I'll be hoping for that today.
Well, this is an interesting period because you've only got 30 balls to bat, now 29. So you're only 2 down. Whether it's a time in the game that you just need to just put the foot down, whoever comes out there, or whether they rebuild for the next 12 balls or so, or even less than that, 8 balls, give Kasperick time to get in. Because you don't want to lose Devine and Amelia Kerr and have 2 new batters out there.
Got Bella James mic'd up for us. Good wicket to pick up, Bella.
Yeah, came at the right time. Could have come a bit earlier, but it's all right.
80 runs earlier might have been nice.
Yeah. Poor catch there. I like Snaggy.
Kasperick going to the favoured sweep shot. Spinners have been really good today, Bella, but they've also been good throughout the whole season. Been nice to see Sophie Aldershaw in such good form.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, she bowls at niggly length, so she's quite handy to have in the team.
Hey Bella, Grant here. Is it a real opportunity for your team? You're obviously going to chase quite a big total here. Without Hayley Jensen in the team, someone to step up. Is there anyone in the team that you think...
Sorry, I just caught a little bit of that.
Is there someone that you rely heavily on to chase this total down in the team? Who would be your pick?
Well, I think if the openers can just go and have their freedom, and then got Katie and Caitlin coming in. Caitlin's been a fine touch, so yeah, definitely one of our top 4 if they can kick on.
Looks like a nice wicket for batting as well. You'd be excited to get out there a bit later on.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I think you just got to play every ball on its merit, really. I think once you're in, you're in. Catch.
Up over the top. Another boundary from the bat of Lee Kasperick. Big over once again, 11 off it. Plays 158 for 2.
Another quality shot. They've got a lot of boundaries off the last ball of the over, Wellington Blaze. Just when they seem to be under a little bit of pressure, batsmen seem to be able to manipulate the bowling, hit it in the area that they want to get the maximum mileage for their shots.
Thank you, Bella, for your time and insights on the mic, and best of luck for the second innings today. Spin continuing. Sophie Aldershaw coming back into the attack for her 3rd over. None for 11 so far in 2. Has been one of the most economical bowlers on display today. Unfortunately, starts with short and wide, and that is right into Amelia Kerr's wheelhouse. And with that boundary, it brings up her 3rd 50 for the season. Just the 34 balls it's taken her to get there. It's been a fine innings to watch indeed.
Well, she's had opportunity to bat up the order this year. We've seen her finish in the middle for New Zealand, but she is a quality player. and strong through the offside. It's an interesting field. This is a tough proposition for Aldershot. The strength she plays through the offside.
Nice, Soph.
Lee Kasperick now offering a nice partnership for Amelia Kerr, playing a more aggressive role. Allows Amelia Kerr to not put too much pressure on herself to bat through. They're in a position now, the Blaze, where they can really put the foot down.
Hand! Hold it, mate, hold it, mate, hold it.
A little untidy there from the Sparks. A little overthrow, gifting an extra run. I think it just shows how dialed in the Blaze are as well, to have someone like a Kasperick come out at number 4, look to be aggressive.
Oh, my goodness.
She's not naturally one of the biggest hitters in the game, doesn't have the power that some of her top order possesses, but still has come out with that real intent to score, to try and keep the momentum going that the Blaze have done so well to build early on. Looks to move around the crease, good off anything short, sweeps well. Here's that favoured sweep shot once again, out to deep mid-wicket. Carson's done well in the end.
Carson has done extremely well there. I thought she overran it. Generally the ball will spin behind the batter or behind square. I think it had a considerable number of revolutions there. She's just got the right mitt out. That's well done.
Looking to go hard down the ground once again. Tidy over from Sophie Aldershot. Blaze 167 for 2.
Well, Amelia Kerr has been in some fantastic form during this competition. Her third 50 of the competition. What she does well is she manipulates the bowling by use of movement around the crease. Power. She hits the ball in areas that you don't have fielders. She's batted extremely well, and another 50. She will add a lot more onto that.
Amelia Kerr been in great form this season. Now scored over 200 runs this season. Strike rate up close to 150. Combine this as well. 6 wickets at an average of 18. Economy rate of 4.5. Just such an asset to have in your team. A genuine all-rounder, could be playing as a bowler or make the side as a batsman as well. After 1 over of Caitlin Blakely, it's back to the medium pace of Molly Lowe. Wonderful shot from Amelia Kerr, and does it go all the way? That's 1 bounce for 4.
This is what I mean when I talk about manipulation of bowlers. The bowler has all 4 fielders in front of the bat. Amelia Kerr shimmies outside the off stump and manages to get underneath it. And Frankie, you spoke about the women's game. There's only 4 fielders that are allowed out of the inner circle on the boundary, as opposed to the men's game where you have 5. So you don't necessarily have to possess a lot of power. If you've got the ability to hit 360 degrees, you can manipulate any bowler into the gaps or real estate where there are no fielders. And at the moment, behind the wicket, there's no one. It's all saving 1. Once again, brilliant batting. That's what she's done. No one in that area. She moves towards the offside and just squeezes this one behind square for 4.
Very tough field to bowl to as well here for Molly Lowe. Probably just missed her mark slightly as well, getting too straight to Kerr with both fine leg and square leg up inside the circle. With that, it is forced a change as well. Cover comes up inside the circle. Be 4 up on that offside, 3 back on the leg side. long on, mid-wicket, square leg, offside wall, covering that square part of the offside field. That's where she looks to go on this occasion.
Well, it's great batting from Amelia Kerr because her strength is actually through the offside. Now the Sparks have now, as you've called it, the wall. They've put up a wall of 4 fielders on the offside. That's exactly what Amelia Kerr wants. She wants to be able to hit it over there and through there. She's done that by manipulating the bowling off the first 2 deliveries, by hitting her through the leg side.
Goes over the keeper on this occasion. Doesn't get all of it, but still might have the legs to go. And the black has done well to haul that in and come back for the 3rd.
Oh, it's just beautiful batting. We saw her play one early on in her innings, manipulating that length. Just perfect execution of the stroke. It's good to get square on with that stroke. You don't want to be playing around your front pad. Square on gives you the ability to change that length and also access a Yorker if it is a delivery that is potentially dangerous for that position. She's seeing the ball well with Amelia Kerr.
Pushing hard for 2. Comfortably back the Blaze. Only having the 4 fielders out, it makes it so difficult for bowlers as well. I think often in the men's game with 5 out, you talk about almost splitting the ground into 6 sections, and you'll always think that you've got 1 section available to you. The best players are able to pick that off at will at times. However, in the women's game, it's almost 2 sections. Can feel like a large portion of the ground you have to try and defend the fielders inside the circle. When you get batsmen in, it's very, very difficult to do so. Another big over once again for the Blaze, 182 for 2.
Mark was talking about it, saying we want Wellington for a back second.
With 2 overs to go, the Blaze 182 for 2, already surpassing that 180 mark that Sophie Devine was after. Give themselves a real crack to push up over 200 here today. Aldershaw into her final over, starts with a dot ball.
Yeah, she's been impressive, Aldershaw, when she came on. She created pressure. We saw a number of dot balls with decent flight. Oh no, reverse sweep. Amelia Kerr improvising here, back of a length. I'll be happy with that wicket. She was looking so good, Amelia Kerr. Probably didn't have to play that stroke.
Love the option from Amelia Kerr, that offside all up, looking to be aggressive, get a boundary option through there, goes to the reverse, unfortunately, only picks out Emma Black. She departs for 66 off just the 43 balls, and the Blaze now 182 for 3. and 2 for Sophie Oldershaw. Gets the ball spinning back into Newton, cramps her up. Only manages to chop it onto leg stump.
Oh, disappointing for Newton. Ball was in the right area. She came down and then decided, oh no, I'm going to go back to it. Instead of committing to coming down the wicket. And a little bit of purchase from Oldershaw. Well bowled. Newton departs for naught. Scores 182 for 4.
Hat-trick opportunity, Sophie Oldershaw. Jess McFadden manages to get through that unscathed. On the back of Amelia Kerr's new high score for Wellington. Horrible feeling. Tamsin Newton comes out. As a middle order player, you spend all that time watching. Wonderful batting. Make it look so easy, and you come out and get a Jaffa first ball. Cricket, a brilliant sport and also a horrible one at times.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that Oldershaw has the return. So, she's bowled so well, she's probably deserved 2 wickets. Down the wicket from Kasperick. Should just be 1. Well fielded. That's the over. Scores 185, 6, sorry, for 4.
Amelia Kerr going to the reverse, hit it well, just unfortunately picked out a player at short third man, and then deceived Newton in flight, looking to come forward, then back, only able to chop it on. Finishes with 2 for 24 off her 4 overs and has comfortably been the pick of the bowler once again for the Sparks. Coming into the last over, Emma Black to bowl her final over as well. Swung the ball early, put the ball in good areas, was unlucky not to pick up a wicket along the way. Kasperick gives herself room to try get through that offside wall. Just manages to get a single. Just working on getting the field exactly right for the different batsmen. Lots of encouragement, as always, from wicketkeeper and captain Katie Martin. And with fine leg coming up, goes to the lap on this occasion, manages to get it right over the wicketkeeper, and McFadden finds a boundary. Just such a skill of modern players. Wherever there's a gap, got a shot to try and find that. Probably wasn't the ideal delivery she was looking for to try and play that lap shot, but gets the boundary and gets a field change as well. Fine leg back on the boundary now, mid on up inside the circle. Tries to go in that area but doesn't get all of it. Kasperick pushing hard for 2. A big throw back into the wind, ends that comfortably back. Been pretty good execution so far from Emma Black. Looking to go full, straight, make it hard to hit through that offside. Once again up towards a Yorker. Just the single. With 2 balls to go here, Blaze will be searching for at least 1 boundary, trying to push up over that 200 mark. Emma Black will be doing her best to make sure they can't. Goes to the reverse on this occasion. And with a direct hit, could be a run out at the striker's end as well. I feel Katie Martin's done well there.
Director, we have review for run out. Can we start with your best side on angle, please? Yeah, happy with that. So just load out, please, on the screen, out.
Outstanding work from wicketkeeper Katie Martin. Glove quickly off, collected it well, 1 stump to aim at, and she hit. That brings the end of Jess McFadden. Just the 8 runs, and the Blaze now 194 for 5. Jess Kerr comes to the middle for the Blaze. Just the 1 ball to work with. Very good striker of a cricket ball. She will be trying to clear the ropes. High, hard over the offside, just evades the hand of Eden Carson. The Blaze scamper back for a couple. Tidy over from Emma Black. Still means that the Wellington Blaze end up 196 for 5. Lee Kasperick, good innings, 20 not out off just the 14 balls. Been a brilliant innings from the Blaze. Sophie Devine, 80 off just 44 deliveries. 7 4s and 4 6s. Put on a wonderful partnership with Mealy Kerr. With 66 off just the 43 deliveries, a new Wellington high score. I believe we are lucky enough to have her downstairs with Grant Elliott.
Mealy, well batted. How nice was it batting with Sophie out there today?
Yeah, it's nice to have Soph back, and she's a run machine at the moment, and yeah, just nice to bat with that experience and also the Tile connection out there. So no, it was awesome batting with her, and she adds a lot of value to the side, both on and off the field.
You're in great form. Ivan told me that the coach said 160 he would be happy with. What about that score now?
Yeah, I'm not even sure what we ended up on, but I was talking with Lee in those last 4 overs, saying if we could try and get 200 and go hard in those last 4 and be smart with the win. But yeah, pretty happy with that.
Are you nursing a little bit of an injury? Are we going to see you get to the bowling crease today?
Yeah, a little bit. Just irritated my lower back this week in the gym, so I'm probably not going to have a bowl, but we'll see.
And the team, can we expect anything different out there today from the bowling attack, or just more of the Blaze, the engine room producing the goods?
Yeah, I think that's just the same as normal. I think the great thing about our bowling attack is the variety we have with the left arm, people that swing it, and all different types of spinners. So we're very fortunate here at Wellington Cricket with the bowlers we have in the support network to produce bowlers like that.
Well, good luck, Mealy. Have a good time out there.
Thank you, Grant.
It certainly was a wonderful innings to watch from Mealy Kerr. Started a touch slow, but then was able to access all around the ground. Was dominant against the spinners, happy to come down the wicket, and then the trademark shots through and over the offside. Such a strong area of the ground for her. A wonderful innings to watch. Her 66 was a crucial component of the Wellington Blaze total. So was that of Sophie Devine. 80 off 44 deliveries. The pair put on over 100. little contributions along the way as well. Maddie Green, 14 off the 13 deliveries. Kasperick, 20 not out off 14, and McFadden coming in 8 off 4. Couple of run-outs along the way, a good direct hit from Millie Cowan early to dismiss Maddie Green. Pace bowlers took a little bit of tap. Emma Black unlucky not to pick up some more wickets. The spin of Carson picked up one comfortably. Pick of the bowlers, Sophie Aldershaw with 2 for 24. It's going to be a mammoth chase for the Otago Sparks. They are going to need 197 runs to win. Join us soon after the break.
This coverage is brought to you by KFC.
Wellington crowd have been treated to some outstanding batting so far this morning. The Wellington Blaze won the toss and elected to bat, and they have put a mammoth total on the board. 196 runs, 80 of them coming off the bat of Sophie Devine. Back-to-back boundaries to start the innings off. And then there was the early wicket of Maddie Green, run out by Millie Cowan. Struggled to get going. But Sophie Devine was undeterred, just continued on with her work. Powerful blows all around the ground, was savage off anything short. With that first wicket, it brought Amelia Kerr to the crease. She was able to form a great partnership with Sophie Devine. Both utilised the sweep shots well. Dominant against the spinners until she went for one sweep too many. The big top edge, well held by Olivia Gain. Normally has the wicket-keeping gloves on, has done well to hold on to that chance. Amelia Kerr just continued on with her work, bringing up her third half-century of the season as well, en route to her new high score for the Wellington Blaze. Dream11 Super Smash went to the reverse sweep, perished, and that brought 2 and 2 for Sophie Aldershot. Good reward for a good bowling day. Sparks were tidy in the field throughout, with Katie Martin picking up a run out to finish the over. But now they will need to get out in the middle, go about chasing. 197 required from their 20 overs. There's a run rate of 9.85. Grant Elliott is going to be tough work indeed against a strong Blaze lineup.
Yeah, I had a chat with Amelia Kerr and she won't be bowling. She's got a little bit of a twinge on her back. But I think that the Blaze bowling unit have got enough here to, on the scoreboard, to definitely take this game. It's going to take some serious batting from the Sparks lineup to get this total of 197. And when you look down at the batting order of Sparks' team, I think a lot of responsibility will lie on Katie Martin to get them over the line. Monica Singh is going to start. She tries to bring the ball back into the right-hander. A little bit of shape. Quite impressive early on with the new ball.
Cut hard. A great start to the innings by Millie Cowan. One of her favoured shots.
Yeah, Millie Cowan's been short of runs, but this is a great start from her. Wide outside off stump. Just piercing that gap. Great timing. She'll be looking to get a few runs. High score of 29 against Otago. She'll want to try and build on that.
Looks to go to that cut shot once again. Loves any width, does Millie Cowan. How do you go about chasing a total like this, Grant? Almost needing 200, 10 and over right from the get-go.
You have to break it down, and the opportunity to score runs now. First 6 overs. You want to try and get 60 at least. That's a great shot, and that's how you go about it. Put the pressure back on the bowler. Millie Cowan coming down the deck here, using her feet. Beautiful shot over the bowler's head.
They've done well to hit the ball so straight. It's almost just wobbling across the right-hander. Just hit it flat, hard, no protection out down the ground. 2 fielders out, were on the leg side. Now square leg comes up inside the circle and long off, drops back. Left arm, Monika Singh coming around the wicket now, looking to try and cramp Cowan up. And almost knocks over the off stump as well. It's just shaved the stump.
You talk about breaking these totals down and chasing it. It can't be a frenzy. You still have to play proper cricket shots. And that there is not short enough for that stroke. Yes, there's no fielders there. Not the right stroke to that delivery.
Chance and taken, well held by Tamsin Newton in the cover area. 2 boundaries early in the over, but Monika Singh gets the man.
Well, right idea from Cowan. Just try to give herself just a little bit of room, go over cover. Doesn't get enough bat on it. Tamsin Newton, she's a great athlete. She's not going to drop that first wicket to sing. Cowan leaves for just 8.
Just towards you, Polly. That's it.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
Right up over.
Sorry, is that one off?
Off stump there.
2 boundaries in the first over, but unfortunately for the Sparks, they lose an early wicket as well, that of Millie Cowan. Brings skipper Katie Martin to the crease, and a lot rests on her shoulders. Failed to get close in this chase of 197. Polly Ingles on strike. Has been in good form so far this season for the Sparks.
Yep.
Uses the pace well to get off the mark. She's been their leading run scorer so far.
Yeah, Polly Inglis, the only one to actually score over 50 for the Sparks team. So has been probably the most dominant player in the team, but Katie Martin is the one that we know has the most experience in this team. Probably shorter runs. Looking her best in the last game against Central Hines, scoring 33 not out. So a bit of pressure on her to score runs.
Right on! Waiting.
And I want to revisit chasing this down, Frankie, is that, yes, you want to try and be 60 after 6. That gives you a good platform. Don't want to be more than 2 wickets down. And then you look at the last 5 overs and you go, okay, well, can we chase 12 and over? So if you say 12, then you break it down even further. So let's go for 60 off the last 5 overs. So between 6 and 15, you're going to need the quota, whatever's left after that. But the good start is essential. Without that good opening start, you can never chase down a total of 200. Start well, keep wickets in hand, and one batsman needs to bat through. We need someone getting 80 plus in the team. So when you look at the Sparks team, who are those players? Without Jensen in there, I feel these 2 at the crease probably most likely to get 80 plus.
Good shape from Jess Kerr into the right-hander. Absolutely, unfortunately for the Sparks, it's a mammoth total to be chasing. And with the loss of that early wicket, a lot relies on these 2. Been good to see Ingles in good form, coming back from the UK. It's a tough role for Katie Martin to fill in this side at the moment. She's got the gloves on, captaining a reasonably young and experienced side as well. Expected to bat 3, score the bulk of the runs. Is missing a couple of white ferns as well. Hayley Jensen out for this match. Injured knee. Fortunately picked up a bit of a niggle yesterday at training. Susie Bates out for the season with shoulder injury, has had shoulder surgery. Been lucky enough to have her up in the Spark Sport Combox for a few games. And they had a couple of imports last season as well. And they have been unable to get back in the country. It's really changed the dynamic of the Spark side. Really tidy over from Jess Kerr, just the 3 runs off it. The Sparks now 11 for 1. 2 overs gone so far. Millie Cowan departed in the first over after 2 boundaries. And then a tidy over from Jess Kerr, the second. Exciting moment for the Blaze now as well. Sophie Devine into the bowling attack. First time bowling in Wellington colours this season.
Play safe.
Starts with one that just slides down the leg side. Time to head downstairs as well. We've got Maddie Green, captain, mic'd up for us. Maddie, pretty impressive performance to start the day.
Yeah, it was great. It's great to sit back and watch Millie and Soph do their thing. They both whacked it. Good, George.
Must be nice to stand down the other end from Sophie Devine and watch her go to work.
Yeah, it's great. You know, it's just awesome to see her play with such freedom. And I think when she's hitting it well, there's no one in world cricket that hits it better than she does. So, no, it's been great to have her back, that's for sure.
Now back to the bowling crease as well.
Got it. Yeah, obviously multi-talented, so she's the ultimate all-rounder, Soph, and a real true competitor, so very glad to have her on our side.
Hey Maddie, it's Grant here.
Hey Grant, how you going?
Yeah, you probably should have got that one.
I know.
I know you dived just to your right, missed
Maybe
it.
getting a bit old.
With Mealy not bowling at the crease, are we going to see you bowl 4 today?
Yeah, maybe. I think also Zara Jetley's been showing some real promise in the nets, and she's a great young talent, so look to give her a few overs, but yeah, a few overs to make up, but it's good also to have Soph back bowling as well.
Here we go, Soph.
Oh.
Lovely shot through the offside from Katie Martin. Gets width and the ball swinging away. Just leans on that through the point area.
Yeah, beautiful stroke, shape from Sophie Devine, and she just goes with that shape, leans on it. It's a shot of high quality. Maddie, I was speaking to your bowling coach, Ivan, after your 4-fer. That's what I'm interested in. Is it better getting a wicket or hitting a 4? What do you think?
How's it? Oh, look, I think my primary role is being a batter, so I think if I can get some runs, it's always nice. I think wickets and just chipping in from that point of view is just a bit of an added bonus. But look, I'll take all the scalps I can get.
Are you a captain that's reluctant to bowl yourself, or do you enjoy bowling yourself? I was always reluctant.
Reluctant. Oh, yes, Sophie.
There's a little bit of spin in the surface though, Maddie. Surely that gets you a little bit excited to roll the arm over?
Yeah, I think I need all the assistance I can get with my straight breaks. But no, look, it looks like a decent surface for the spinners, and I thought Sophie Oldershaw bowled particularly well, so hopefully we can utilise that. How was that? Good, Jess.
Wonderful, thanks for your time, Maddie. We'll pop back and have a chat to you a little bit later on.
Thanks, guys.
And after 3 overs, the Sparks are 18 for 1. Good start for the Wellington players with the ball in hand. Jess Kerr continuing for her second over. What makes this Blaze side so difficult, Grant, is you look at some of the stroke makers at the top of the order, and a lot of focus goes onto them and how dangerous they are, especially the likes of a Sophie Devine. But what actually is their real strength is this bowling lineup. Teams just can't get away from them, just can't seem to break the shackles and make it so difficult with ball in hand. They just strangle the life out of opposition.
Little appeal, Katie Martin just hitting the deck there with her bat. But I think that Jess Kerr is key to that. As I mentioned, you need to have a really good foundation as opposition, good opening partnership. And the Blaze counter that by Jess Kerr. She gets wickets up front, but also very miserly in her approach. She swings the ball back to the right-hander. Potentially as an opposition, if you've got a left-hander that can go right-hand, left-hand combination. Struck well by Katie Martin, not well enough. Well fielded by Maddie Green. I'm always a huge fan in T20 cricket of having a right-hand, left-hand combination. It puts the bowler off that rhythm of just bowling in the same spot all the time. So they have to constantly either change the run-up or the angle or come around the wicket. And Jess Kerr, once she just gets that ball in the area, she's in such a rhythm that it's very difficult to get out of that. And we saw with the Blaze batters, the way that they try and get a bowler out of that sort of rhythm is by using their feet and manipulating the bowler. So it's a game of cat and mouse, but you have to have the guts to try and manipulate the ball and take a certain element of risk into your game.
Good, Jack. Good, Jack. Easy, Katie. Easy, Katie.
So valuable to have someone in your side who not only takes wickets and takes top order wickets, but also goes for so few runs. Across her career in her 40th match today, just goes at 5.55 an over. And this season has been even more miserly still, just 4.8 runs an over, which is just incredible numbers in T20.
It's good field placement. And I think the question is, why is Jess Kerr so difficult to face? Why is she so successful? She swings the ball into the right-hander. So she's always bringing the stumps and the pad into play, LBW and bowled. If you go across that delivery, you're in trouble. She opens the bowling, so she uses swing, which is an asset for her, gives her opportunity to get wickets. So the fact that she can control that swing is a really amazing asset to have as an opening bowler.
That one's through the offside on this occasion, though. And it will have the legs to go to the boundary. 7 runs off the Jess Kerr over. The Sparks 25 for 1.
Yeah, Ingles really good through the offside. Offers a little bit of width and the length needed to just jump on that half volley. It's a good shot. We've seen a number of boundaries in the last ball of the over. Bowling coach won't be happy.
Yet another bowling change for the Blaze so far. Spinner Lee Kasperek coming into the attack. Missed the first couple of games of the season after getting out of quarantine. Finally managed to get back in the country. So far in the 4 matches she's played, she's picked up 11 wickets at the outstanding average of 7.09. And that's another one. Add that to the list. That is wicket number 12 for Lee Kasperek. She gets the big breakthrough of Katie Martin.
Well, she's got 2 4-wicket hauls in this competition. Katie Martin using her feet, trying to access that offside, getting a slight thick edge on it. It's a great start for Lee Kasperek, and not so much for Katie Martin. She departs for 7, scores 25 for 2.
Just such a skill to be able to come in, take wickets straight away. Lee Casper has got a bit of a golden arm with that. Just gets the ball to drift away often from the right-hand batsman. Isn't a big turner of the ball, she'd be the first to admit that as well, but varies her pace, angle at the crease well. Very, very seldom gets taken to in T20 cricket.
Yeah, I think the key is with Lee Kasprick is that you need to play almost as an outswing bowler, slow outswing bowler. She very rarely turns the ball back in. On demand there. Commentator's curse, she's turned that nicely. A little bit of turn there for her. And the key when we watch Katie Martin's dismissal is that she gives herself just a little bit too much room outside leg stump. With Lee Kasprick, who's not a big turner of the ball, your first movement needs to be at the bowler. Directed straight at her, and then at the last moment, pull that foot out the way to give yourself room. So technically, you want to get closer to the delivery, closer to the ball with Lee Kasprick. And then at the last moment, so that first step needs to be more towards the ball, and then the last step away from the delivery to free your arms. It's a nice stroke for one. Should be one. And no matter who the spinner is you're facing, having that positive movement towards where the ball is coming from is key. And then creating the space on that second movement.
That one's hit powerfully through the offside, right into Polly Ingall's wheelhouse. Another boundary off the last ball, but it is a successful over for the Blaze. 32 for 2.
She's strong through the offside. She gave herself a lot of room here, similar to Katie Martin. Gets it in the middle of the bat. It's exactly what Martin wanted to do. Great shot.
Chopping and changing of bowlers continues for the Blaze. Manika Singh back into the attack for her second over. As we watch on to the nets. Firebirds and the Volts preparing for their match this afternoon. Second game of today's doubleheader. Pushing hard for 2. Jess Kerr does well to keep it to a single.
Yeah, of course, the Otago Volts, that's batting coach Luke Ronke next to Hamish Rutherford. Has been pretty good during this competition. Hamish Rutherford, we'll be looking at him. Score big here. Plays in England as well. He's got great experience. Perhaps Luke Ronke, just give him a couple of tips on how to play at the Basin Reserve. He's an old Wellington boy, so hopefully not too many tips from Luke Ronke. Yeah, Frankie, we spoke about targets. Now, I said you can't be less than 60 after 6. It gets tough after that, not more than 2 down. So they've done well here, the Sparks. They're only 2 wickets down, but losing the wicket of Katie Martin's huge. Inglis is going to have to play very well.
Up and over the offside on this occasion. He hasn't got it right out of the middle. Just another couple to add to the total. Yeah, it just makes it really hard when you don't get off to that flyer, chasing a big total. Even just hard for your middle order players sitting and watching. It seems that the mountain just gets bigger and bigger with every over that comes along. Firmly timbered off. spent a lot of time batting at the top, so I'm that person maybe that creates a bit of a hole for the middle order, but tough to sit there and watch, knowing that the job's just getting harder and harder, Graham.
Oh, definitely, when you're batting through the middle and you don't get off to a good start, you always have to go out there and believe you can get the total. But to be able to break it down, I used to break it down in balls, so say the 6th over's done, there's 84 balls left. I'm going to face 42 balls of that 84, so just half of it. How many do I need to try to get the team over the line? That makes it almost possible when you look at the maths of it. It doesn't seem like too big of a mountain. Scores 35 for 2.
6 gone, Maddie. 6 gone.
Well, there he is. Stay tuned today. Logan Van Bank. He has taken some absolute rippers on that bank. I think there's been 3, and one of them probably the most spectacular catches you'll ever see. Full pace, diving to the right, and I think everyone should have a Logan Van Bank headband as well.
No.
Goes to the reverse off the back of the bat. Love to see the innovation, looking to try and access different areas of the ground. Pay for the whole bat, may as well use the whole thing. Chance down the ground, mid-off backing back, goes through the hands. Managed to scamper back for a couple as well.
Yeah, Jess Kerr, she probably should have got this one, but it's actually right into the sun. She's got her sunglasses on. That's directly into the sun. So perhaps should have just got that hand up, blocking the sun.
Yeah.
I like this from the Sparks. Angles using some innovation, coming down the wicket, trying to manipulate the bowler.
Just to be extra in the bad books here, she's dropped a catch. She's got the hat and glasses of a teammate on her head. I think she's just managed to trot on the glasses and snap that off. Could be extra bad if they belong to Lee Kasperick.
Good, Lee.
Well, it's always awkward saying to the bowler, you know, I'm sorry I dropped that catch off your bowling. But then to say I've dropped the catch and I've broken your glasses, that just adds insult to injury. It's never nice to drop a catch.
A horrible feeling, up into the sun for a long time.
Keep that.
Chance if she hits, just misses. In the action is Jess Kerr. Yeah, the double sorry I feel isn't going to go well. Horrible feeling as well. You've now got to put bits of sunglasses in your pocket. Think, how do I bring this up?
Oh, the only way is to take a brilliant catch off their bowling. Little specky.
It's out towards the leg side. Field well set, however, Melly Kerr getting round. Just another couple to finish the over off. 6 runs off it. Sparks now 42 for 2. Double disappointment for Lee Kasperick. Didn't pick up the wicket of Polly Ingalls. Ends up with sunglasses and 2 pieces as well.
To her credit, she was all right about it. I thought we might see her turn around and then just look really disappointed, or we'd be able to read what she said from her expletive, which I thought may have come out of it. She handled it pretty well. Maybe a little bit of super glue. I'm big on DIY. Duct tape fixes everything. Just throw a bit of duct tape on it. Good start. This is what happened. As Frankie Mackay said, the double sorry, the double apology. Step on the glasses. Oops.
Blakely going to her favoured sweep shot. Yeah, all credit to Lee Kasperick there. She has taken the news very well. I think I might have burst out in tears if that had been my pair of sunnies that was now no longer wearable. Chance put down.
That was hit hard back at Manik Singh. Opportunity. It was hit so well. She's done well to get a hand on this almost. Oh, just there. Those ones as a bowler, they either stick or they don't. It's so difficult following through, looking up, especially in T20 cricket where you know the batters are getting after you. We've seen some bowlers in the men's game wear helmets. I always felt like I needed a bowling helmet. I always wanted to get into the fetal position after I let the ball go. Especially in those death overs when the batters were getting after you. This Blaze teams, they expect the best. Those are the sort of catches that win matches that are getting close.
Over a diving Sophie Devine in at extra cover. Polly Inglis manages to pick up another boundary.
Well, they are a long way away from winning this game, the Sparks. They need aggression. Ingles is doing just that. She's been aggressive since she's been at the crease. Anything with width on offer, she's jumping on. Great shot from her.
Straight up. Keeper had no idea where it went. Resulted in a dot ball as well. Still a little extra bounce on that occasion from Singh. Just with that little top edge, it's just gone into the helmet, which means physio, a doctor, has to come out and do the necessary concussion checks, concussion protocols to go through. Smiles all round though. Looks like she's feeling pretty good. Good sign. Started well with the ball, the Blaze. They were able to pick up a wicket in the first over. Manika Singh, and then Lee Kasperick with her first ball of the day as well, able to draw a false shot out of Katie Martin. Been very tidy with the ball in hand so far. Generally a very good fielding side as well. Looks nice and relaxed out in the middle. Blaze a chance to get together, talk about their plans to these two from here on in. Helmet back on for Polly Ingles. Good signs out in the middle. Passed all those tests, able to continue along now.
I do think it's an opportunity for the Blaze to give people opportunity that you know are going to be in your team for finals cricket. If Wellington Blaze win this, they go through to finals of the competition, final 3. So we know that they're through with the 4 points that they'll get. So Maddie Green's got a real opportunity here with the Sparks being behind the 8 ball to give people opportunity. She knows they're going to play a key part in those final games. It's a luxury position to be in as a captain.
Down safe.
Good finish to the over from Singh. That's the 5 runs off it. The Sparks 47 for 2.
Well, Holly Ingalls has been batting extremely well for the Sparks this season. The only player to get over 50 in their team. She hits it really well through the offside. You give her width. She's got a backlift that almost goes behind her back. And that means that with Polly Inglis's her technique, she'll be strong through the offside, but might struggle on the leg side. So when you talk about your plans to different players, the players will want to bowl nice and straight to her, bowl on that middle and leg stump, to try and shut her down for any stroke through the offside. But what she can do to counter that is give herself more room outside the leg side. The challenge for her in the future of her development as a player is to really get a lot more efficient through the leg side. Full shots and off the legs. Tamsin Newton to the crease, first one down leg, being chased down by Singh. It'll just be the 2.
Yeah, that's a bit of a challenge with any technique, really, is at times what can make you very successful. In this case for Ingalls, it's through the offside. Ability to hit reasonably straight balls through that point area also then leads to a little bit of a weakness. The ball coming back in, the ball into leg stump. Lovely shot by Blakely, beats short third man. Great diving effort by Zara Jetley down on the boundary as well.
Well, the standards are high in this Blaze team. I thought there was 4 all the way. It was a great shot from Blakely. Zara Jetley, full pace dive, brilliant, and well backed up by the support of another fielder. Those are the sort of standards that you need to go into finals cricket. Always on, always focused.
Big swing across the line from Blakely there.
Yeah, I think that's one of those strokes where you look at it and you go, wow, we need 200. First one was a great cricket shot. That one was just going to try and hit this one out of the ground. Tamsin Newton, she's been impressive. The bowling, talented middle order player, and got 3 for 23 against CD earlier on this competition.
That's well struck from Blakely. However, there will be another boundary moving around the crease well.
We saw innovation from Amelia Kerr. It's almost like an Amelia Kerr shot, just shimmying to that offside, giving herself the room and leverage to get it up and over that short fine leg. Innovative shot, and a shot like that creates field change. So fine leg goes back, the mid-wicket boundary rider comes up, which gives her the opportunity to go over cow corner now.
Cuts hard, pass backward point. Back-to-back boundaries now from Blakely.
Great shot. Tamsin Newton getting short and wide. Blakely jumping on that. Width on offer. That's a beautifully played shot.
Finishes with a dot, does Newton. A good over, though, for the Sparks. 12 off it, 59 for 2. Sparks 59 for 2 in pursuit of 197 to win. Monika Singh now up to bowl her 4th and final over for the day. And with that, picks up a wicket, first ball, full and straight. Ingles going across the line and she perishes.
Well, spoke about it, leg side. It's not her strength, Ingles. This one, bang on middle stump. She goes across the line. Unfortunately, perishes. She's batted so well. 24 of 25. She leaves with a score at 59 for 3.
Like those ads on TV at the end of summer. On the left eyesight. Stop. Contact tracing. What's that?
3 wickets down now at the Sparks. Polly Ingles bowled middle stump, and just with that, I think the ball has just ricocheted off the top of the stumps. Struck the wicketkeeper. Just getting checked out by the physio. Seems like all is okay. She is fine to continue. Now we've got Bella James to the crease.
Jess McFadden, the wicketkeeper, has done really well this year. I think, you talk about the strength of this Blaze team. Also relies on a keeper standing up to the wickets.
Whoa, so good, Minnie.
She's been very tidy behind the stumps.
How'd it go?
What that allows is bowlers like Monika Singh, like Jess Kerr, to be able to attack the stumps, keep the batter on the crease, and look for that bold and LBW opportunity. Without the keeper standing up, the batsman can get out of the crease, use the crease and change the length of the bowler. Key part to this team.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting you mention it as well. For a large part of the season, especially in one-day cricket as well, had looked to keep back to Monika Singh. And probably not the pace coming through to make that easy. So very pleasing to see her come up to the stumps, spend a lot of time there and try and put pressure back on the batsman.
Oh. Go GP, go GP!
She has got a slightly unique setup as well. You see a lot of wicket keepers trying to get their gloves as close to the stumps as possible. Not the way they set up, but if anything, she's got a considerable distance, even though she's keeping up where she puts her gloves down. It might have got her again through there. Just a little bit of extra lift from Monika Singh.
There's been a couple of helmet blows. I don't think this one just missed. Oh, maybe the grill. Yep, we're going to have another concussion test here. Well, for those of you that don't really understand the concussion test, it's almost like you get a baseline test. I just remember you had to relay 4 words back to them, and you always feel under pressure of failing your baseline. They give you a baseline test and then ask you about where are you, what did you do yesterday, what's the date today. As a cricketer, you never remember the date anyway, because there's no such thing as a weekend as a cricketer. You're always playing weekends, so you don't want to get any of that wrong. It's a good crowd here. It's on the Logan Van Bank over there. Of course, it's a double header. So there's the Otago Volts playing the Wellington Blaze. We saw Tom Blundell in the nets there. That's Nick Kelly, maybe. Mitchell McClenaghan. the newly named Logan Van Bank. Hopefully we'll see more of those splendid catches. It's been amazing out there. The Sparks, 61 for 3, uphill battle here. Almost at 14 and over that they need.
Just a single to finish. Excellent spell from Monika Singh, 2 for 20 off her 4 overs. The Sparks now 62 for 3 at the halfway stage. Ten overs gone. Sparks 62 for 3. Looking to chase down 197. These two in the middle need to get going. Need to get going quickly. Another look at spin today. Zara Jetley into the attack. And she has repeated the dose with the wicket off her first ball.
Well, once again, we saw Katie Martin giving herself too much room. Good intent from the Sparks, coming down the wicket, but too much room. Ball just drifting on with the arm. We've spoken about Jess McFadden behind the stumps. Tidy job from her. Bella James goes for 2, scores 62 for 4.
Good man.
Bella James just missing out there, getting stumped. First ball from Zara Jetley. Oh, that's another opportunity off the gloves, surely. It's given out. Well, what a start for Zara Jetley here. Trying to manipulate spin. Moving outside off stump. And off the gloves. Oh, a bit unlucky, but well held again. The Blaze, brilliant from them. 63 for 5 as Blakely leaves for 18. Oh, we've got Craig McMillan. Sorry, not McMillan. Craig Cummings on the boundary rope there. CC, have you got me?
I got you, Grant. Yeah, loud and clear.
Oh, I'm sorry to come to you after that double wicket break.
Yeah, not great timing. We went in. I mean, when you're chasing 200, you probably need to be further advanced than we are. But if you look at the whole competition and round about where 120, 130's been past scores and actually winning scores, we're trucking along not too bad, 60 odd. For 2 after 10. Well, that's not good enough to probably win this game, and it's not too bad. So, yeah, it's never nice when you lose wickets, but it's an opportunity for some other players.
We spoke about targets. Did you put any targets in place before the team went out to bat?
Oh, not so much targets. It's about how you play each ball, and you got to look at the gaps, and you got to look at your options and the plans that are in place, and what you're looking to do. So, I think you've got to be careful when you're setting, chasing 200 often, even when you come to the ground and planning. I'm not sure if you quite plan for 200 in, the women's game especially, but, everyone's got their plans and what they're trying to do, and what they're trying to do is make sure they've got good options and hitting into space.
Catch.
Opportunity here. Oh, Jetley, another one. Sorry, CC. That's 3 in the over. Well, isn't that a magnificent over for Zara Jetley? Congratulations all round. A little bit of turn on offer.
Yeah, it just looks like turn and bounce, just sat in the surface a touch. Good revolutions on the ball from Jetley. Holds on to an easy catch for her 3rd wicket of the over. Gemma Adams unfortunately departs for 0. Sparks now 63 for 6. Three wickets in the over from Zara Jetley. Just the 1 run off it. Absolutely magnificent. Sparks in a bit of trouble now. That's 63 for 6.
Well, we spoke about opportunity, Frankie, and there's someone who doesn't get a lot of opportunity. With Amelia Kerr out not bowling today, she's got the opportunity. And in her first over, 3 wickets. What a start from her. Flight, guile, bit of spin. And no doubt head coach who deals with the spinners, Ivan Teixeira, will be very happy with that.
Yeah, fantastic from Zara Jetley. In the 8 games before today, had only bowled 8 overs, picked up 2 wickets. Economy rate was good at 4.3, but has come in and picked up 3 wickets in an over.
Well, first over from Zara Jetley. That was the first ball. Just drifted away nicely. Too much room from the batter. Second one, off the gloves. Not a bad idea. And then the last one, just a little bit of turn on offer. Try to get bunted down the ground for 1. 3 in the first over. What a start. And that has really broken through in the Sparks lineup here. They are struggling at 63 for 6. You talk about batting against this Blaze team, Frankie, and just how disciplined they are in the areas that they bowl.
Yeah, just the difference, isn't it? You think back to the first innings, and yes, the Blaze so dominant, but a few freebies early in the innings. Sophie Devine presented with a couple of full tosses early, able to get into your work. No matter how good you are as a cricketer, always nice to get off 0, always nice to hit a couple out of the middle. Fallen straight from Newton. Again, perhaps just getting outside the line of off stump. But what the Blaze do so well is they just don't bowl those freebies. You feel like you can never quite get going. Feels like you have to take big risks to score like that, looking to go across your stumps, across the line. And then when the spin does come on, you feel like you have to go hard at it. Feel like almost as though you get outside your game plan, that you want to try and hit every ball for 4, because you feel like you just haven't been able to get away. Ball gets tossed up, eyes light up. All of a sudden, the wickets just rack up as well for the Blaze. There's a lot to like about Zara Jetley as well. Loves her cricket. Good thinker of the game as well. Is prepared to be nice and slow through the year at times. Is developing, looking to get a bit quicker as well in the T20 format. She's got a nice high action, which actually means for quite a short bowler, she gets a lot of bounce, which makes sweeping hard as well. Another tidy over, just the wide coming from it from Tamsin Newton. 64 for 6.
Yeah, you mentioned the youth of Zara Jetley, and I think that this Blaze team one of the strengths of it for women's cricket is that it does have a real mix of youth with experience. When you look at the experience of Devine, Amelia Kerr, Maddie Green, they all play overseas and they are professional cricket players. So having those professionals amongst your team helps bring through the youth in a way that how they need to prepare, how they need to train.
Cool.
Which gives them a good foundation for their career to go forward, move forward as a professional cricketer. This is what you need to do to perform, and to perform consistently in this game.
Chance yet again. Picks up her 4th wicket to Zara Jetley.
Well, number 4 for Jetley. She's ecstatic. Once again, the batter just too much room. The ball going with the arm, outside edge, straight to point. No worries for Lee Kasperick. Wow, she's having a good time out there. Olivia Gain leaves for 1. The score's 65 for 7 now. Sparks struggling.
What those experienced players also offer you as well is the chance now. Zara Jetley gets to come in, bowl with 196 scored in the first innings. Got good experienced players around her as well, but it just takes the pressure off, as opposed to an Eden Carson who had to be bowling to a Sophie Devine, a Maddie Green and Amelia Kerr, and had to try and find ways to get breakthroughs and keep the run rate down and be trying to get out some of the best players in the world. But what this Wellington Blaze side are afforded is when things get tough and get under pressure, you've got experienced players to turn to. But then when you do turn to your younger players and give them opportunity, they're actually really set up to be in a position to be successful. So really good to see Zara Jetley grabbing this chance with both hands.
Yeah, and of course with Rachel Priest not being here and Liz Perry, creates even more of an opportunity for these youthful players to mix with the senior ones in this Blaze team. Tidy over from Zara Jetley with figures of 4 for 3 of 2. It's the end of the over, 67 for 7.
Sparks 67 for 7, struggling in pursuit of a big total. There goes another one. 8th wicket falls. Tamsin Newton full and straight, knocks over middle stump.
Well, Tamsin Newton went for 12 in her first over. She's been brought back. She bowled a decent over in the last one. Bit of shape in. Top of middle stump. Eden Carson. All she can do is smile. She leaves for 1. Scores 67 for 8 now. It's a tidy line and length that from Tamsin Newton. A lot of opportunity for these bowlers to get some overs under their belt. Aldershaw, who bowled so well in their innings, comes to the crease probably a little bit earlier than she expected.
Yeah, it can at times happen with a big chase. You have to keep going and going. Can mean that wickets fall in big clumps. Big task now for Sophie Aldershaw and Emma Black. Blaze firing on all cylinders. Hit hard into the offside. Aldershaw gets off the mark. And with the Blaze in such fine form, someone who'll be very pleased with that, skipper Maddie Green. Maddie, all going to plan out there?
Yeah, really good. You know, obviously getting Marty out was a pretty key wicket, and we've bowled pretty well since then. It's good to see Tam and Zara in the wickets.
Nice crowd coming in as well, and quite a few yellow shirts sticking out on the bank.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. We're always really lucky here at the Basin, very well supported, and I think everyone today is getting behind the Cricket Wellington Sport Initiative, which is brilliant to see.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
It's just sort of something Cricket Wellington have sort of gone through around supporting women's sport in general, and how's that?
Well, another one for Newton. It's full. It's got a little bit of shape on it. And Black just trying to touch that one through covers. The Blaze are on fire here.
Black departs for 0. Wonderful delivery from Tamsin Newton, and the Sparks now 68 for 9.
Two to come.
Sparks 9 down now.
Hey, Tam.
Bit rude of Tam to interrupt that with picking up a wicket, Maddie. So a little bit about this initiative.
Yeah, it sort of aligns. Cricket Wellington's looked to start this initiative to align with Sport New Zealand and around getting women involved in sport and trying to retain women in sport, which is really fantastic. So I guess it's around, you know, women's sport is 100% worth supporting, and there's statistics that show women that continue on in sport into later in their life, you know, achieve more in terms of leadership potential in their workplace, and also just in terms of personal well-being too. So yeah, it's absolutely fantastic that they've got this initiative going, and it's great to see so many people here supporting it.
Yeah, wonderful to hear indeed. Thank you very much, Maddie Green, for your time. With 14 overs gone, the Sparks are 68 for 9. Hit firm and hit hard down the ground by Aldershaw. Lovely shot down the ground, lots of power there. Tossed up once again outside the off stump. Beats mid-off inside the ring, both mid-on and mid-off, still up inside the circle, and as they should be. Zara Jetley with figures of 4 for 7.
Down, down, Tam.
Can't get it through on this occasion. Aldershaw. Chance, top edge once again. Possibly up onto the helmet once more. Just the shorter length from Jetley. And just with that nice high action, able to get up and over top of the ball. Just a little bit of extra bounce out of this Basin reserve surface. Just the concussion protocols will need to go through again. Sparks at 72 for 9. Just continuing to go through concussion protocols after a slight blow to the helmet. Smiles all round though, looks reasonably relaxed and in good spirits. Good to see some reading being done on the bank and a slight break of play. Plays merchandise on as well. Good to see a good crowd come in. Good weather here in the capital. A little bit of wind around, but the sun is out. Fine day for 2 games of cricket. Zara Jetley fan club can definitely agree. She has done some good bowls. Friends and family in the stands watching. New chance here to pick up a 5th wicket. This looks to go full and fast, just slides down the leg side. Tossing it up on this occasion, well fielded by Jetley. It's a good hand to it. Flatter and faster again into that leg stump. Aldershaw can't quite catch up with it. Jetley does well. It's a good hand on that one, saves a couple of runs. Hit high, the chance for number 5 falls into no man's land. That's the single off the last ball of the over. Sparks now 74 for 9. Going for the big shot once again, Aldershaw. Long on in place, and it just falls in between 3 incoming fielders. Wry smiles all around. I'm sure there's no one that would have liked that wicket more than Zara Jetley. Current figures 4 for 9 off her 3 overs. It's really been the destroyer of this Sparks side. 74 for 9. It's been a bit of a struggle. Tamsin Newton to continue with ball in hand, comes in for her final over. Has been good with ball in hand today. Picked up 2 for 14. Plays with just 3 fielders out on the boundary, slip in place as well, looking to try and pick up this final wicket. Big swing from Aldershaw outside that off stump. Been a dominant display so far from the Blaze. Started well with bat in hand, won the toss, elected to bat first on a good surface. Put an imposing total on the board. And from the first over, are able to pick up a wicket, just continue the momentum in their favour. Sparks just haven't been able to get going. Sophie Devine continuing her impressive start to the season. 3 games so far, 100, 250 plus scores as well. Chance now diving forward, and captain Maddie Green takes a wonderful grab. Aldershot disappointed. I was looking to get on with the job and try and pick up as many runs as she could at the back end of this innings. Just skews out towards extra cover. Maddie Green does a fabulous job. And with that, Tamsin Newton picks up her 3rd wicket. Aldershot departing for 6. Smiles and handshakes all around. Wellington Blaze have been dominant right from ball 1. Sophie Devine started it off, got all the momentum in their favour. Has been dominant throughout the Super Smash so far, and today was no different. And in reply to that 196 that the Blaze set, the Sparks could never get going. Millie Cowan 2 boundaries, but then dismissed in the first over. Monika Singh picking up a couple of wickets. Polly Ingalls looked good for 24 off 25. Caitlin Blakely, the only other batsman to get into double figures with 18 off 16. Sparks unfortunately dismissed for 74. The bowlers were all impressive throughout. Monika Singh 2 for 20 off her 4 overs. She was bowled out by the 9th. Jess Kerr, no wickets for the first time this season, but an economy rate of 5. Sophie Devine back to the bowling crease for the first time this season. Lee Kasperick a wicket with her first ball. And then it was out to Newton and Jetley. Newton 3 for 14 off her 3.3 overs, and Jetley, their main destroyer, new career best figures for her, and best figures for the Super Smash season as well, with 4 for 9. An incredible effort by the Wellington Blaze, and I believe that Grant Elliott has got our Dream 11 game changer.
Well, I'm here with Zara Jetley, our Dream 11 game changer. Zara, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Now, I hear that you are one of the hardest workers in the team. You've got a great work ethic. This must be a great reward for you.
Yeah, I've been in the nets, you know, bowling to Sophie and Maddie, and, you know, they're pretty good batters, so it's a pretty good opportunity to be able to bowl today. Not often I get to bowl, so it's great.
Yeah, well, great opportunity, but also you mentioned bowling to them in the nets. Bowling to those fantastic players must help your development as a player.
Oh yeah, every time I get them out, you know, I show off about it and everything. It's fantastic, I love it. Learn a lot from them, honestly. It's good.
And a great mixture of youth and experience in the team. It must be nice having those players around you to help your development.
Oh, definitely. You get to learn about your field sets. I feel like I've grown smarter as a bowler, better, so it's good, yeah.
Well, this is reward for all the hard work that you put in. I know you're a hard worker. Congratulations. What a fantastic game.
Thank you so much.
Smiles all round for Zara Jetley, as there should be. Started well with a wicket off her first ball, and then it was a procession from there. Picked up her second. Caitlin Blakely, who looked in good form, looking to sweep. A nice tidy caught and bowled as well to pick up her 3rd wicket. And then her 4th and final one. Again, well held by spin partner in crime, Lee Kasperick at point. Wellington Blaze 196 for 5, a very imposing total. Devine, Millie Kerr, both 50+ scores. Little contributions from Lee Kasperick and Maddie Green along the way. Sophie Aldershot, comfortably the pick of the bowlers, 2 for 24 off her 4 overs. Emma Black probably unlucky to not pick up a wicket in her day. And then from there, it was just a little bit of a procession. Polly Ingalls, Caitlin Blakely getting to double figures. The rest, a bit of a struggle. Zara Jetley, 4 for 9, the incredible figures. Tamsin Newton, 3 for 14. Monika Singh, a very tidy 2 for 20 as well. Wellington Blaze winners by 122 runs. It's only game 1 of 2 here at the Wellington Basin Reserve. The Wellington Firebirds take on the Otago Volts back here today, 2:30 p.m. second game of the Dream11 Super Smash doubleheader presented by KFC. Looking forward to that top of the table clash. Very important game for both sides. Can't wait to see you back here later on.
This coverage is brought to you by KFC.